Namaste. We are in a video lecture series where we are learning the practical of DBMS. And today also we will hear with the question list contain of total 6 questions. My name is Drashti Gardharia and I am the faculty at ICT Marwad University. Let me share my screen. These are the tasks that we will do today. And we have seen in our last practical group by, order by, in operator and the subquery. Now in this video lecture we will see joints and date function. Here I had made some change, that is I had updated the value of city key at the store table that I will show you when I come. Okay, and this is the query through which I can able to update. This is the update table name, set whatever you want to set and where you want to set. Fine. How many types of SQL support the joints? Now, basically, we can classify the joint in a three criteria: inner joint, cross joint, outer joint. For a joining, you require at least two table, right? And for specific criteria, you want to join. And if you are not providing any criteria, then you are doing the natural join. Okay. If you have don't provide any criteria, then it is a natural join. And if you are providing equal to sign, that c.ct key is equal to s.ct key. If you are doing this way, you are doing what? You are doing a equi-joint. Okay. Equi-joint can be a inner one, equi-joint can be a left outer joint, equi-joint can be a right outer. I will show you in practical so you get more idea. Now what is theta joint? Theta joint means any operator less than, greater than, anything less than or equal to, any operator, binary operator you can use to perform the theta joint. Today we will see all the type of operation. And what is cross joint? Cross joint means where you are not providing any constraint. Okay, and here one-to-one mapping are there. Consider your left hand side table have a 5 row and your right hand side table have a 10 row. Then if you perform the cross join, what will happen? Your after the join, what was the result is containing 50 record. 5 into 10, 50 record are there if you are doing the cross join. Fine. So let me jump to my workbench. I have already give you the idea what is store table, what are the content of store table, what are the content of city table. If you don't, please refer this slide. This is the store table, this is the city table. We have a store key, city key, manager and stock in our store table, and city key, city and region are the three columns in a city table. Now what we want to do is we want to perform a join operation. For making a join operation, what you required is the minimum two table. We have a two table, and what is a common column in between? If I don't provide any column name on which I want to join, natural joint use their intelligence by using the data type as well as the name. If name they will find similar, they consider this is the appropriate column to join. So natural join are avoid in an industry. Why? Because system will decide on which column you have to perform the join. So only theory you should aware that natural join means in this join will be performed on specific column, but you don't provide software that which column you want to perform a join. Now how can you do the joint? Let me zoom the screen. Select star from I have a two table, store table. I'm keeping S for a store, and now I use the keyword join. If I don't, it's ideally considered as an inner joint. Fine. And if I want to perform the left outer joint, yeah, right outer joint, outer word is optional, so I skip the outer word. I can directly write left joint, right joint. Fine. Now let me show you the result. And after performing from this table, I want to join on with this table, but which column you want to perform? That column name is your city key. So what you have to do is you have to provide s.city key. S.city key is equal to c.city key. Right? Now this is which type of joint? It is equi-joint, theta joint or a natural joint. As we are providing on, it means it is not a natural joint because we specify this. Okay. Now you see the sign is equal to. So this is your equi-joint. And which type of equi-joint is this? This is, I had not provided anything, so it is considered as an inner joint. Fine. Let me execute this line. So how many column we have? We get total 8 row. Okay. So what you will able to find out is there is only 8 common column which have city key common. What will happen in this? There have one column with the city key 11 that is not listed here. Why? Because appropriate match in a city table they don't able to find. And if I can use the theta joint in the same query, yes, I can perform the theta query as well in this. For just understanding, I'm providing this. Okay, so this much they will get. And if I want to perform the cross join, then for a cross join you use the word cross. Let me show you. Okay, and run. Now how many column they are getting is, you can see here. How many column we have get in this result is 81. Why 81? Can anyone explain why 81? Look at the table size. We have 9 in store and 9 in city. So 9 into 9 is 81. That's why our cross join will have how many column? We have total 81 column in our cross join. Now I had provided enough basic. Now how can I provide the left joint and right joint? For that, as I explained, you use the word right in place of this. Okay. And can I provide a right joint without on? Yes, you can provide a right joint without the on. On means on condition, fine. And if you are not providing any condition, that become right natural joint. Okay. So let me run this. But they are not supporting the natural joint in my SQL this version. So what can I do? They are expecting. If you don't want to provide the suffix, then what the other option you have is you have to provide the full name. Okay. You can provide the full name over here. In that case, you don't have to provide this S or C. Fine. Let me run this line for you. Can you see how many right now we are performing the right joint. Right joint means all the right table column should be appear in our result. How many column we have on our right hand side? Total 9 record we have, yes or no? Now when we are doing the right joint and left joint, don't say that in our right hand table we only have 9, so right joint should have only 9. No. If they find multiple copy, as Ahmedabad or Gandhinagar are the city which have two more than one store, so for that we have multiple record in a store table. That's why you can see. But what the condition is, we don't left any column from the right hand side. What was the right hand side is our city table. So city table, all the entries should be appear 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. If they don't find any store in particular city, then also they appear, but the value is null. Am I clear with this thing? So total column that we are getting in this query is how many? You can see here how many column we are having is 11. Fine. Now can I perform the left join in the same query? Yes. Can you guess how many column we get in our left join? We total have 9, so 9 is the minimum number. More than 9 we can expect. What do you think? 9 is the final answer or more than 9 you will get? In the city table we don't have any repetition. Yes, that's why we only get 9. Let me run this part. And how many column we get? We total get 9 column. Fine. So this is the basic understanding I have provided. Now let me jump to the first query. This is my first query. First query say list all the store detail with the city information. What they are expecting is we have to provide all the store details. Store detail means s dot star, yes, from store s. Can I provide the inner joint or a outer joint? In normal sense, most of the query are resolved with the help of inner joint. Okay. In rare of the rare case, we use the full joint. Full joint means union of right joint and left joint. If you make a union of these two, your query is your full joint. Let me show you that part also. I'm making copy of this and this. Now, how can I join these two? You know which keyword we should to join two different query is union. Fine. Now they are showing error because of this. As I make a semicolon in first slide, they will not show any error. Now what is this? This is nothing but a union of left outer joint and right outer joint, and the union of these two are known as a full outer joint. Okay, let me run this part. And this is which type of equal to, means it is a full outer equity joint. Sorry, this line we have to execute. So total 12 row I am getting in this result. What you will able to find is here on the 8th store we don't have any city name, and in the last 3 column, in last 3 row we don't have any store detail because we have not opened any store in this cities. Fine. And this is the city name, that is 11, and we have not mentioned what is the 11th city key for which specific city. So this way you will get the full outer join with the help of union. Fine. Now let me jump to the our query. List all the store detail with the city information. It is important. All store detail we are able to get, but now they are expecting also to get the city information as well. In previous section we used the subquery to get this idea, but now as we have already learned the join, so it is better to use join instead of subquery. And what do you think? Subquery is good to use or a join is good to use? In your processing of any report generation or front end, back end, anything you are doing, to if you can convert any join operation in a subquery, then it is better to go with the subquery, because subquery is evaluated once, and whatever the result you are having, they will compare for all the row generation. Fine. I think you understand. Joint are the complexity of the executing the join are higher, so as much as you can avoid the join is good for their processing. It is similar to the for loop. Okay, if you have nesting of 2 or 3 for loop, their complexity are become exponential high. Same way, as you are increasing the join, it will create a more and more processing burden to your RAM. Okay, now is this sufficient? No. Anything else I can use? Yes. I want to add the city name, and what I else? I can add the region. Should I add the city key? No, city key is already there in your store table. Do you think this is the sufficient, or should I add something more? Yes. What we miss? We miss the on operation. S dot city key is equal to C dot city key. Okay. Now let me run, and this is the result we are getting. These are the all store detail with their appropriate city information. Fine or not? Now what was the next question is, list all the city with the store count. Okay, we have to identify how many store we have in a particular city, and if you don't have any store in specific city, what you can do, you do the count as a 0. Your result should show the 0. Right? Now how can I do I need the inner join or a left join or a right join? What do you think? Let me copy this. What is your requirement is, you required a count means what you can do, you have city plus count star and name as store count, and this is because of the practice I am doing all this thing. But if you are not able to write the query directly, what you can do is you do the rough work in your paper, okay, and try to identify what thing you require to get this question. Is this question is only this much, but for this you require a group by also. Why? Because when you are doing the store count, you require to club the column, club the row based on your city name. Yes or no? So what I can do, select c dot city comma count star as store count. Now I don't have a store information in my city table, so I require a join. Yes or no? And what thing I can do is, this is also required, on query is also required. Yes. Now after doing all this thing, I require a group by. Okay, let me write in a new line, group by on what? C dot city. Okay. I think this is sufficient, or do I add something? Take a time, pause your video and try to identify, should we add something or this is sufficient? Let me run this thing. Yes, we are getting the store count for every city. Gandhinagar we have a 2, for Ahmedabad we have a 2, Vadodara we have a 1, Surat we have 1, Rajkot and Bhavnagar we have 1. For all the cities don't have a city count, they are not listed here. So this is appropriate or not? No, it is not appropriate. We require all the information. Why they are not showing in this list is because we are using the inner joint. Inner joint will operate only when you have any particular column in your store table. We don't have any store in specific city, so that's why they are not showing. What do you think? Here left joint should be present or a right joint should be present if I want to list all the city name. City is on my which side? It is on a right hand side. Yes. So right joint should be needed. Do you understand? Let me run. Now what you can see here is, when I'm using the right operation, right joint, what will happen? They are showing the one in front of the city which don't have any store. So what was the mistake here? What do you think so? Because here we are counting the row, not the value. So we have a row with the null value, and that's why they are counting as a 1. But ideally what will should happen? We should not count the row. We should count what? We should count the store key. If the store key is null, then it will not be added in the sum. Yes. So what I can change is, I am just adding the store key here, and let me run. Now they are showing the 0 in front of Bhuj, Junagadh and Bardoli. Am I fine or not? So there are not always star is the right answer. Okay. So whenever you want to do this type of thing, you also require to count on specific column. Okay. Here what will happen is, here they are counting what? They are counting the store key. Okay, if the store key have some value, they will count, and if store key don't have any value, it will not be added. So that's why in the column where we don't have a store, in that what will happen, there are a row but with the null value, and that's why that is not been counted, and that's why the value is 0. Am I clear with this thing? Should I jump to the next question? Good. Now what is this? Find the pair of store key which located in the same city. Now it is somewhat trickier question. That is, they are not looking for a specific group of city. They are looking for a pair of city. So what do you think? Which table we should consider in making a pair? We want to find out which store all belong to the same city. For identifying the city, we can use the city key. Yes, no? So what I can do, I can make a join between a same table. I'm making a join of store with the store. And if I'm doing this way, this is known as a self join. Please write down. This is very important. Many times, most of the query can be resolved with the help of self join. Consider we have a table in which you have a person ID, you have a person name, and in last column is the manager ID. So manager ID is same as person ID, but in that table you can identify person 10 have a manager 3. So 3 is also one person, and 3 also have some manager 2. So this way you can have a self join use. Okay, so in this also we have a table. In that we want to make a relation with the self. So what I can do, I can use, let me have a right now, select star from store S1, and it will be joined with itself. So what should I write? Store S2. Yes, is this fine or not? And here what are the constraint, on which column we want to make them, on which relation we want to make them? City key. City is the key, is the column which is common column. S is small, S1 and S2. Fine. Dot. Now run again. So you have total 13 row. 13 row you are getting. Okay. So 1 1 1 1 3 3 2 2. Now what was the problem here is, if you are able to find, let me simplify because this is very too much thing to notice. So what I can do is, I can make S1 dot store key and S2 dot store key. Why I'm doing this is because too many column are not visually making any sense. So I'm removing the unnecessary column. City key. Okay, I think this is sufficient for us. So we are adding a 3 column, which are the S1 store key, S2 store key, and S1 city key. Fine. You can use the S2 city key as well because both are having the same value. Fine. So let me run again. Now what you observe here is, you will find store key of 4 1 is there, 1 1 is there, 9 9 is there, 3 2 is there, 2 2 is there, 3 3 is also there. So they are using the same value. Do we need to make a pair of store 3 with the store 3? No, it not make any sense. Store should be a different value. So what I can do, I can use which constraint I can use. What should I say here? I need to update here, but with what value should I update? Can I add a where clause? I cannot change here. Okay, because it is the column mapping criteria. Don't change here. If you want to filter the result, what you can use, you use the where clause. Where S1 dot city key is not equal to or equal to. Both should not be equal. Do you think that we will get? No. Okay, so what should I use here? Let me use the right. First of all, do you find 4 1? Here you will find 4 1. Here you will find 1 4. So what they are doing is, they are making a pair in both the direction. So what I can do, I can use the some relation that S1 should always less than S2. So repeated column should be removed after this equation. Do you think so? And I think I will use the store key instead of city key, because city key are the same. Let me show you again. Do you know what is the sign for not equal to? I can use this sign for not equal to. Let me run this and show you. Okay. What was the problem here is, I use the semicolon. Semicolon. Now should I run? Okay, they are showing this 4 1 3 2 2 3 1 4, and this is not the appropriate answer because they are repeating. So what I can do, I can make some relation which is unique to all. So okay, so I'm using a less than sign, and now let me run again. So what do you mean by this? This mean city key 2 as well as city key 1 have a pair of one pair in Ahmedabad city as well as one pair in a Gandhinagar city. Okay, we have limited data, so we are getting this. So this is the final answer, we can say. Yes, this way they are expecting, or some other way they are expecting. They are expecting in a form of set. So what can I do? Can I make a set of this? Yes. Okay. I think we should use the comma. Yes. And if you are not getting what I'm doing, you can keep it different column, but you should aware how we are able to merge different column. This is the different column, this is the different column, but we want to look in a way of it will look like a pair. Store key 1 and store key 4 are a pair, so it will look like this, right? And I'm renaming it as a pair. Let me run, and this is the final answer. Fine. And if you want to order based on city key, also you can do. What can you write? Order by city key. So what was our next query? This is the final answer. Any question, any doubt, please try it your system also. Now the next question is this. Write a query to find out the average stock for each city exceeding the store with the stock below 20. Please read the question first. Pause the video, read the question and make your rough idea how we can do this type of query. Write a query to find the average stock for each city. That is simple. But now the question is, when we are doing the average stock calculation, at the time, the stock information which are below 20 should be excluded. Okay, we don't require any store detail which have stock less than 20. So first of all, remove all the store detail which have less than 20 stock. How can we remove this? With the help of select query, yes or no? Let me try that out. Select star from the store S, where S dot stock is, what is stock is less than 20. We should exclude or include? We just want to focus on all the things that are greater than or equal to 20. Fine. So we are keeping this detail. Now let me run this part. Let me run this part. And can I remove this too? Yes. We don't require this also. So let me run again. So what is this? Here you can able to see store key, city key, manager and stock. This five stores are there in which we have a stock more than 20. So on this only we have to perform operation. Operation of what? We want to find out the average stock for each city. Now I want to make a group based on your city key. Now how can I do this? I require a join operation, yes or no? Yes, but how I get the join operation? Can I use this query as a sub query? Yes or no? This is my first table. Okay, this is my first table, and with this first table I want to perform a join with the city table, city C. On which thing we want to perform a join? Let me rename this as a S. Okay, so S dot city name, city key. I think I don't require the city name. Do we require a city name? No. So should I do the join or it is okay? Because we have a city key, na? So I don't require a join. What I can do directly, I make a join based on the city key. And for that, what I can do, I can make a group by clause. This is the first condition, where clause, and then I can use the group by clause. And in my group by clause, what I can do the city key. What is the city key we have? We have a city key of this. I want to create a group of city. Now this is the two city that will get club, and now 20 and 33. What was the average of 20 and 33? It would be between 20 and 33. Fine. Now how can I find the average? For that I can use the city key, comma, average of what? Average of everything? No, everything not. I require average of stock information. Fine. Let me run. Okay, they are showing 26, 28. Now they are showing with the point figure, and I don't require a point figure, so I can use the round function. Okay, round will make 27 instead of 26, I think so. Otherwise you can use the floor and ceiling. Yes, they are making 27. Fine. So this way you are able to find out the average stock for each city. And here they don't mention city name should be listed. If they require a city name should be listed, then I require a joint operation. But here they don't mention, so I skip the join operation. Fine. So don't think we are doing the join without join nothing is possible. Pay attention. If it is possible without the join, every time ignore the join if it is. Now what is the next question is this? Read the question. Write a query to find. What should we need to find? Write a query to find the current age of all the person. Now the next topic started, that is date function. How I can use the date function? I have a current date as an inbuilt structure. Okay, I can use without the curly bracket also. What they are showing is today's date. Okay, and if I want to know the date and time both, then I require a now function. Let me run this. This is the time and this is the date. Now what should I use? Can I use this in my age calculation? Yes. First of all, I require a table with the name of person. I have already created one table with the name of person. Let me show you. And if you want to know how I can create it, please check the previous video. You get the idea how the table can be created. But most important part is what data inside we have. We have a total 3 column, one with the name, one with the date of birth, and one with the joining date. Fine. And if you want to see the detail inside, what I can do, I can use the select star from person. Okay, I have a two record, one with the Raja and one with the name Rani. Fine. We have a date of birth and we have a joining date. Which should we use for calculating the age? Date of birth, yes. And now you require to use the two date, which current date as well as date of birth, to find out the person age. How can I find the current age of all the person? We have a inbuilt date function, that is date diff. Let me show you. Select star comma date diff. Here they are suggesting date diff is a date difference. Fine. Now here I should provide the two date. First date should be higher or lower. Let me show you again. If I misplace the location, your age should be in a minus. Yes. What you can use, I use the current date, and what else I use the date of birth, and it should be from a which table? It should be from person table. Fine. Yes or no? Now do you think they will provide me the date? Let me run. By default, what they provide, ideally they will provide the number of days. If I provided the 1st August and the 20th August, what was the difference between these two dates? Is 20 days. Fine. So here also they use the days in form of this 9110, and you are not able to understand what is 9110. So what I can do, I can use divide by what, in a 1 year how many days we have? 365. Yes. So if I divide them, I will get something like this, and we are not familiar with the point, so I can use the round function. Yes. So this way I am using multiple thing to find out one specific answer. Let me rerun again. So what you understood, Rani and Raja both are right now 25 years old. Fine. So this is the query. In this way you can use the date I am using. Now what is the next? What should I use now? I can use the last query. Yes, what was the last query that we need to solve is this. Let me hide this part. Okay, easy or not? Now the next question is this. Read the question first. List the employees means person. Okay, list the person who have been with the company more than 2 years, and also mention the number of years in a company. Okay, so Raja and Rani both are working in some specific company, and this is their joining date. Raja are joined in a 2025 and Rani joined in 2020. So he is recently joined, so Raja name should not be appear in our result, but Rani name should be appear. And how many number of year he is serving in this company are 5, so 5 should be listed also. So how can I do this thing? Here we have a limited number of employee, but when we have a large number of employee, this type of query will be useful to generate or create some type of report. Fine. So what should I do? First of all, do I require the date diff as well? Yes, I require date difference. There are multiple functions that you can use. I'm not saying only this function you have to use. There are a timestamp diff is also there. So different years may name, you can use the percentage m, percentage w. There are multiple things that you can use in a date function. Right now I'm just giving you the overview. Later on you can practice, as you will find multiple questions from the internet. Fine. Now list the person who have been with the company more than 2 years. Try to solve this part first. We want to find out the detail of all the employee or all the person who have, what was the condition is, where date difference is what? More than joining date. No, I think current date, and I'm using this, but you can use other also. Current date, and what I can use, joining date. What they will provide me? They will provide the number of days. Right now I can divide with the 365, and what we'll get is a number of year. Fine. And if the number of year is greater than 2, then only their name should be listed. Okay, you can use the different logic to calculate this thing. Okay, this is the problems. Now only Rani name is appear. Very good. This is the expected result. What else they expecting is number of year Rani is serving. Okay, so how can I find the number of year they Rani is serving? I think we use the same query. Yes or no? They are looking for a date, so I am using the round. Okay, now which difference should I do? Current date and joining date. Okay, let me rerun. Okay, 5 years are good. What label you expect in this? Number of years served. Yes, I'm using this label. Fine. So this is the answer. And one more thing you can use in place of this are, you can find out, let me zoom for you. Now this is the table query. Create table, table name. I have used the name. I had used the date of birth and joining date with the, what was the data type? Date. Now insert into table name. What is the first blank? Means the same order as we are creating the table. Name, then date of birth and the joining date. These two data we have already here. I can use this logic also. What was this name? There is a date add function is also there. What they will do, date add function will add or subtract a number of year. Now what here we want to compare the joining date is less than -2 of the current year. If -2 of the current year is greater than the joining date, it means person are serving more than 2 year. This logic you can also use, or the whatever we have shown in previous slide is also nice. Fine. And timestamp difference is also one thing in which you can get a year information, and this is the one of the example that you can use. Different way you can solve different query, but here I had cover all the question. Yes, so 1 to 6 we have solved, and I expect you that you will practice. We will meet you in a next video. Bye bye, till then take care.